What's up, everyone? This is Kier, and right now I am going to dismantle a MIDI keyboard that I kind of rebuilt in a way. I made a new physical user interface, if you will, for an Arturia Minilab board. So I got that MIDI keyboard off eBay for $30. The keys kept falling off. It's just like a bad design. The key hinges are plastic seams. It's not great. So I got to the point in recording where I thought it would be easier to make this instead of dealing with, you know, a few broken keys or whatever, and just I kept gluing them back on, and it was a whole thing, and it sucked. But I think that I'm the type of person to try and overcorrect the problem to the point where it's actually more difficult. Like, it's not really helpful. I don't know, I just do that a lot. So I don't know why I did this. It was a nightmare to work with. I recorded a lot with it, and actually some sounds that this part provided, which is the pitch bend and mod wheel touch connect circuit pad type deal. There's a lot of glitching that happens with this, and so there's many moments on, especially on the music that I'm working on right now, you know, whenever I was using this like a few years ago, glitchy kind of like moments were from that. And I would never have ended up at that, you know, conclusion sonically otherwise. For a project that's the last one on the 4 that I'm working on now, I was using, similar to the method I still use now, I had this controlling an iBook G3, the old school iBook logo. So I would have this controlling this, which went 1/8 inch out to my computer that I was recording it on, and so even still, I'm doing that to just utilize some sound fonts that are older. The latency with that method of doing things is horrible and super frustrating. Again, it's one of those things where I could do it an easier way, but I'm not going to. I'm going to instead torture myself. Maybe we should try to like test it and see if it still works. I guess for all MIDI keyboards, the connection's usually FireWire to USB. You got the jack in the back there. I think this is like craft wire, and these are paper clips in there. I can't really see it. I'll rip that apart later. So I have a program on here called Simple Synth. Kyle gave me this computer. Thanks, Kyle. For sure, it works. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't, right? Like, the issue at the time that I was having with this whole thing is that sometimes keys don't work unless you push them really hard, because it's wooden like, it makes sense why. It totally makes sense. Up here it's a octave up. You gotta push them like really hard. It's just really hard to play. Yeah. That's that. We don't. Okay. First, let's take this thing off. So these are 2 pencils cut really short, little pencil bits. They push it down on these tabs that are like, this is a piece of a record, and that's a paper clip, and that's like craft, I don't know, not even real wire. I mean, it's metal on the inside. I don't know. Let's see if we can like open it up, I suppose. There's a piece down here that pops out, kind of like free the hinge motion of everything under here. I thought there was like a screw over here. Maybe it's I figured it out. I have screws in the sides that kind of like keep these little things in. If I can just, yeah. Already I can see there's been some slippage inside. Yeah, this should just open up like that. Getting some resistance, sort of. Oh yeah, okay. I think hot glue doesn't hold up over time. Makes sense, I get it. That's what it should look like. So these are vinyl from records, and pretty flexible material that you can make that type of thing out of. A little felt on top. And these plastic feet that came unglued but basically making way to press on the contact pads for the Arturia board. And of course, we had 2 of those. The board's not extraordinarily exciting. It's just kind of these contact things, and you have the rubber, and that all hot glue mounted, which has all melted. So then in the back you have the octave up and down buttons, and those run through, and I guess I could take this back part off. You can see where some things have been tied together with electrical tape, and ribbon cords have been spliced, and yeah, very precise. And yeah, that's just the little controller board, and that's really all there is to it, right? Like, there's not much going on besides just the ridiculous outer thing. These are kind of cool with the, you know, making a record into a button tab. I don't know. I guess the last part that I could talk about is the drilled out portion of the keyboard, and which was really hard to get exact, and at one time every key worked. There were a few, like, you can see where I made like pencil mark notes about like bad keys, and I kind of like would memorize which ones had to be pressed harder. Like, I wrote little arrows to them. I used an X-Acto to kind of carve each piece to the perfect fit, where it wasn't too loose where it would fall out, but it was just the, you know, the perfect kind of like not too much, not too little consistency of play, as it were. Yeah. So that's it. I mean, there's nothing much else to say about it. It was awful to use. It was awful to make. I don't know why I did it. And okay, bye.